Okay, I'm just waiting for the notification, sir, and I think we're good to go. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record, the People's Podcast. We have a great guest, Professor Griff of Public Enemy. This is a huge honor that you would come have a conversation with us on the People's Podcast. First of all, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing absolutely fine, absolutely wonderful, good brother.
Yes, sir.
And you?
And peace and assalamu alaikum to you and your family.
Oh, give thanks, and likewise to yours. Wa alaikum salam, good brother.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, Professor Griff, we want to get straight into it. With the time and what's going on now with Minneapolis cities and things that have been going on my entire life, and of course your entire life as well, what is the role of the artist?
What is the role of the artist to what degree, though? When we're talking about as far as being on the front lines, as far as using their artistry, as far as give me a little bit more in that question.
Yes, sir. The role as far as should artists be on the front line? Should they be a protest? Should they make a song about it? What should they do?
My thing is that I think the artists should use their artistry to do whatever they feel that they should do. Just the other day, I saw a report on how Denzel Washington, being who Denzel Washington is, used himself, and whoever Denzel Washington thinks he is, used himself, his body, his voice, his recognition, his star power, his fame, equity, to come between the police officers and a gentleman on the street. And Denzel Washington didn't have to do that.
Yes, sir.
He didn't have to step out of his $150,000, Range Rover to intervene. He didn't have to do that. But something compelled him to do that, and he deemed it necessary to use that fame, equity, and that star power, knowing almost for sure that the officer would recognize him and the quote-unquote perp would recognize him, and he could be the one to kind of bring that and de-escalate that situation and bring it down to the point where now there's dialogue and conversation, and the brother don't have to taste that aspartame or that police nightstick. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
So artists should use their fame, equity. Now, have they? Now, I think more artists right now are concerned with the whole idea of running from COVID-19 and trying to figure out how they're going to pay for some of these luxury items that they have. You understand what I'm saying? And 2020 done put us in a fix. So much so the artists can't even think about beginning to protest, doing a virtual protest online, for the fact that it might damage an already damaged brand during a damaged time in 2020. Okay. No one is really making money, not at the level that the artist was making money before. And when you think about what Michael Jackson said, what Sam Cooke said, what other artists have said, 90% of the money that artists are going to make is going to come from live shows. Well, if there are no live shows, what are you going to do? And I think that's a very real dynamic right now. So the artist is not looking at, let me protest because Breonna Taylor got shot 8 times. Let me figure out how am I going to protest with Ahmaud Arbery, got shot with a shotgun, 2 shots to the chest. How am I going to protest and use my fame, equity, and my star power to bring attention to the fact that that George Floyd got put in a chokehold with some of the under officer's knee. He's like, I'm too concerned now about surviving COVID-19, and I'm too worried about where this next paycheck gonna come from. So, and to end that part of the discussion, I drove by one of the food banks, and I saw a Maybach, a couple of Rolls Royce. I saw a couple of Mercedes, and I was like, wow. So you driving that, but you at the food bank. And so the artists now have to think twice and take stock in what should they really be using their artistry for? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
for
sir.
Sport and play, or doing an aspect of what they already know to be very real, which is, you know, God's work.
Okay, powerful. And thank you very much, Professor Griff, for your great testimony and your transparency. Thank you all for watching. Brother Earl says that's what's up. Brother Lewis says good to see you. My sister Miriam says I'm alaikum. Brother Darrell Ali said this interview is going to be historic. Okay, thank you all for watching. Thank you, and thank you all for continuing to watch the People's Podcast. My next question is, on social media, LeBron James has spoke out and made some posts as well as some other artists, but it's very far and few between. Do you think that we as a people should hold the celebrities accountable who don't speak out, or what should our role be looking at people that we support who don't say anything?
Well, we cannot put pressure on those that don't know. The mere fact that they don't know, yeah, we should respect that. There's a revolutionary saying when I was coming up. Now I want to remind your audience, I'm 60 years old, okay?
Praise be to Allah.
Okay, get that. So I made 60 rotations around the sun and back. So when I was coming up in the revolutionary circles, we had a saying, all those that know. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't know, then learn. If you know, then teach. All right. Now say Tongue said with no investigation, no right to speak. So maybe they don't know, but we can't condemn them on both sides. We condemn them for not speaking up, but then when they do speak up and they don't really know what to say, we still condemn them. So like, nah, if they want to be quiet, let them be quiet. But until they know and they can articulate what they're actually trying to get us to understand from their perspective, from their point of reference, from their point of view, then let's not be so hard on them. Back in 64, between 64 and 68, they asked James Brown, when James Brown was at his peak, they asked James Brown to come and speak to Black people to help quell the riots that were going on in the cities. I believe it was 68. I think it was 68, I'm not sure. James Brown said, I can't stop something I ain't start. So James said what James could say, but James said it through his artistry, and James Brown said, say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? It was Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes who says, wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed.
Yes,
no
sir.
more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. It was Edwin Starr that says, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Yes, sir.
Then he says, say it again, y'all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot of artists that stepped up to the plate. Stevie Wonder says, when you believe in things that you don't understand and you suffer, hell, superstition ain't the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the artists say it in the way that they say it. We just have to respect their artistry and let that be their voice. Every artist is not going to put up a very deep, intricate, thought-provoking meme. They're not going to come on every night like I do on my program and deal with whatever is going on during the day. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to have a podcast like this. They may not have thousands of followers in this way. All right. But they do have people that hang on their every note. When I say note, I mean literally every note.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know, every melody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Martin Luther King says silence is no excuse, man. But we need to respect and hear what these artists are saying in their silent protests. Prior to getting married, I did a talk fast. And I said from after I come out of the talk fast, and what that means, brothers and sisters, I went through a certain period of time, which is no talking at all to no one about anything. I said to myself, when I come up out of the talk fast, every word has to count. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Going through the talk fast made me realize that if my word is bond and bond is life, and I'll give my life before my word shall fail, I have to be very mindful now of the words that I speak, because I don't know how it's going to affect whomever it's going to affect. After coming out of the talk fast, getting married, and then I went to study the Lakota people, their tribe, their tradition, and their way.
Yes, sir.
My family come from the Blackfoot tradition. And the Lakota people says the paper's become their enemy. And I'm thinking, well, wow, why? Because they wrote the treaty on the paper, and then they got duped.
Yes, sir.
Those that signed it, because the paper's not even worth, it's not even worth the paper that it's written on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Lakota people says they put the rituals on the paper, and they put the paper in a book and put it on the shelf, and forgot the book was on the shelf, and forgot their rituals. Rituals are not to be put on paper. They're to be written on the hearts and the minds and souls of men and women, so we could do the ritual and carry the ritual out. I went into recording and writing my album, The Inner G Code, with that in mind. I said, every word, every title, it has to count.
Yes, sir.
It has to count. Of course, I thought about James Brown, who some of his words was just, I'm like, that has to count, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And I want to make sure we want to talk about that, and of course later about your album, because I heard it. I sent it to a lot of the brothers I know, and I sent it to my family, and everyone was liking it, enjoying it, and we look forward to discussing the titles and the meaning behind the songs.
Oh, okay.
And thank you all very much for tuning into the People's Podcast. My next question for you, sir, is the price to pay. What advice do you give to young artists and young people in general who may have never experienced what you have experienced, for people who don't know, for your standing up on your principle, losing money, losing friendships, the price to pay for taking a stand? How do you encourage people who don't want to, how do you encourage people to know, to walk your path?
That is a very interesting question. That's a very thought-provoking question. It's a very dangerous question. I don't want to shatter anyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, sir.
This ain't for everyone. When Allah spoke directly to me, Allah wasn't speaking to anyone else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I got put on my assignment, that conversation wasn't for a lot of people. That was for Griff.
Yes, sir.
So when I got put on my assignment, I readily accepted my assignment. Up under several ministers, Abdul Rahman being one of them, Haq Islam in New York.
Yes, sir.
Abdullah, Brother Kareem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, man. And all because we heard the messenger's voice in the minister.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. So when Allah deposited my assignment in me, and then when the wisdom of the minister watered it, so to speak, and it grew, oh man, it was on and popping.
Yes, sir.
I didn't need anything else. I knew what I was supposed to do, and I did it, and I did it well. And part of the instructions and part of the assignment came with warnings, came with rules and regulations. When I say it, I'm going to make this next statement, but I need to clarify. It came with limitations, meaning that to the best of your ability, and I want the brothers to hear this because I don't want them to think, and because I'm going to give them an example. When I say limitations, there's no limitation, but you have to have this self-imposed limitation.
Yes, sir.
You have to have discipline. And I challenge the brothers. How many of y'all could be on stage looking fly as you look, as handsome and strong as you look on stage, commanding the world's attention with 10,000 stacks in your pocket?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
10 stacks in your pocket. And you got beautiful women pulling at your pants leg and calling your name and that kind of thing. You got the flyest hotel suite, limousine waiting for you after the show. and you resist all of it, you be like, nah, I'm good. To carry the mission. Most of us can't get past that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To continue to do the work. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because all those trappings are there. And a lot of people just don't know the Griff story. See, you may ask the question on a platform like this, and people will say, oh yeah, okay, I remember, yeah, Professor Griff, leader of S1W's Public Enemy, blah, 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 whatever. They don't know the real story behind that, man. You don't know the dynamics of dealing with a Flavor Flav. You don't know the dynamics of dealing with a Chuck D. You don't know the dynamics of dealing with an industry. You don't know the dynamics of dealing with people that, on one hand, love your music but hate you. You don't know the dynamics of seeing people rip your culture apart but then praise you. All right, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
then
sir.
in a twinkling of an eye, go from praising you to hating you and wanting to destroy you. Yeah, people don't know what that's like. To this day, I'm not talking about yesterday.
Yes, sir.
To this day, right now as we speak. To this day, all the people that went through that phase of copying Public Enemy by putting speeches in their songs and tidbits of lectures to try to help feed the people, because maybe it was a fad for them. Maybe it was just something that was just passing. That's who and what I am. That wasn't just then.
Yes, sir.
That's always been me to this day.
Yes,
To
sir.
the album I just put out last week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, but people don't even mention the minister's name in their songs now. I'm like, wow, all that the man have done for us, kick down doors and whatever platform that we needed to speak didn't hinder us, even when he know he was doing wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still stood behind us, and the MGT and the FOI and the NOI stood with some of these brothers.
Yes,
and
sir.
you can't even mention the man's name in the song. What, you too scared? I'm like, wow, I go through people's whole entire albums. Not anything. And I'm like, wow, that will not be me. That is disrespectful.
Praise be to Allah.
That's disrespectful as hell.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I just said to myself, what kind of music do I have to present? Because I want to answer your question directly.
Yes, sir.
I'm not skirting around it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Young people need to understand that you're going to be held responsible for everything you say and do. All right. There's this concept that we've studied. It's called karmic debt. Karmic debt. You're going to pay the karmic debt.
Yes, sir.
That karma is going to come back around and you got to pay for that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You're
sir.
going to pay for every B word. You're going to pay for every stack that you robbed somebody of, everybody, every tattoo tear, everybody that you laid down in your songs, you're going to pay for that.
Yes, sir.
Willingly or unwillingly, you're going to come face to face with that, and you're going to have to answer to that. Plain and simple. You understand what I'm saying? And I think
Yes, sir.
every artist needs to know that. Every artist has that reality check. And a lot of them don't want to admit it. They look at the industry. They want to live that life. They want that money. They want them jewels. They want that whip. They want that house. All right. They want to bag the flyest chick, but there's a price that comes with all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And a lot of times they don't understand, man. They're flirting with death, man. To be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them heard what I had to say and refused to talk to me. A lot of them. No, when I say a lot of them. When I put out the book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talking about the Illuminati. Young cats was like, wow. And it spread like wildfire. Everybody was talking about it. I'd be in the room and they would be talking about the Illuminati. Wouldn't even mention my name. Not even the fact that I wrote the book about it. But I'd hear other artists talking about it. And I just said to myself, I'm humble with mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't have to ever know that I'm in the room. Long as the information getting out there, I'm fine. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's like they knew who the Professor Griff guy was, but they didn't connect me with Flavor. They didn't connect Flavor with Public Enemy. They didn't connect me with being the Minister of Information for Public Enemy. They just knew this dude was on YouTube talking about the Illuminati. So then when they finally made the connection, they said, oh, okay, yeah, you that dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like, yeah, all right. And you know, it kind of threw them off when some of them met me. They thought I was going to be some old, drawn-up looking dude, looking like I'm about 70, 80 years old, because they wrote me off as just being old school. And they're like, oh, damn, dude, I didn't realize you was, okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, and a lot of them not even having any military training would salute me. I'm like, where y'all get that from?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and how
sir,
do you
yes,
know
sir.
the salute? You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, so to those artists, if that shoe don't fit, man, don't wear that shoe. Wait till you're called, man. And some of y'all may not ever be called. If you feel compelled to speak up and speak out, yeah, know that you might put your whole entire career on the line. And some of y'all may pay the ultimate price, man. But I want them to know I've never been afraid since day one to pay the ultimate price. We say, and they are going to grow accustomed to this, hearing this. We say our life and our death are all for Allah. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't understand that in a minute. They may not understand it now, but they'll understand it in a minute.
Praise be to Allah. Powerful. Yes, sir. Okay, and thank you all for watching. My sister's name is Assalamu alaikum, Brother Joseph. All praise to Allah. Teach right. All praise to Allah. That's right. That's the right spirit, Professor Griff. Excellent. I personally bear witness. Watch you grow. Yes, sir. Keep teaching. Peace to the gods. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. We need this. More answers. More. Thank you all for watching the People's Podcast.
No,
my next question for you, sir.
All the brothers and sisters that gave me the greeting.
Yes, sir. My next question for you. Speaking of the Illuminati, like I don't think I've said this my entire the last 3 years I've had a podcast after you used the term. You did make it very popular, especially to young people on YouTube and things of that nature. When you speak on that, for people who don't read the book and stuff, is it basically, from my limited understanding of it, that if you have to sign a deal with the devil, basically, in order to be successful in Hollywood?
In order to be successful in Hollywood, you have to sign a deal with the devil?
Yes, sir.
I can't even get no closer to this camera. I would like to just kind of come through it and say, yes, you're signing a deal with the devil. But the devil's partner that may own the distribution company, or that may own the touring agency, or that may own whatever, Lucifer may own the touring company. Shaitan may own the company, the tour bus company. But so you're still dealing with the devil. You may call him what you want to call him.
Yes, sir.
You may call him what you want to call it. You're still dealing with the devil. And some people are glad to sign on the dotted line. They don't mind. They're like, well, yeah, just use me. I forgot the lyric from Kanye West, man. He said, I know I signed a deal with the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. At least it comes with a few toys and a happy deal.
Yes, I'm familiar with the lyric.
I'm like, wow, bro. So you signed a deal with the devil to get the fame? Wow. Are you sure you ready to kind of, when the devil come to cash that check, bruh, you might end up in the hospital, in the psych ward. You might end up in the Oval Office talking crazy and talking reckless. Yeah, come on, man. Nah, bro. No, that's not something that you want to do. Listen, we've only seen what this man could do with one book out of a storehouse full of books of knowledge. We saw what he could do with one book.
Yes, sir.
And we saw how he flipped that around and much wicked and evilness that he's done. So can you imagine him finding out the right frequency that he can tune every artist to the right frequency? I call it the frequency, the in frequency.
Yes,
So if he can tune every artist to that frequency, he could get them to do his bidding. You understand what I'm saying? So Bobby Hemmett says it's almost like automatons. It's almost like he don't have to physically be there, but he's being well represented in what we say and what we do to one another. And then he don't mind lending thousands and millions of his children to come fill the stadiums to come listen to these artists now. Let's talk about absolutely nothing. The sad part about this whole subject that we're talking about is the fact that I am shocked that I pull up in my raggedy Malibu
Yes, sir.
and I see grown people with gray in their beards rocking the trap music. And I'm like, wow, dude, about my age. See that African drum with that European word over it? Causes cognitive dissonance. You don't know which way to go. You confused, perplexed. The music, African tribal beats are moving you, but then the words are telling you to do something crazy. So subsequently, it comes up, it shows up in your behavior. It shows up in your thinking. It shows up how you deal with family members and how you conduct yourself on the job, how you conduct yourself on and off social media. And it's like, wow. So the devil said, I got him because I got them on my frequency. Now, if you would retune that frequency to the God frequency, then now we could talk.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And you ain't got to be over religious to do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
My wife put it this way, which is right in sync with the teachings, if we understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I asked her, like, what's your mission? What's your mission statement for your life? I can't connect with somebody who don't have a mission statement or a mission or purpose. You have to tell me your purpose on purpose. She says, I'm a soul on a journey through the self, of the self, through the self, back to the self.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was like, all right. That's all I needed. A journey of the self, through the self, back to the self. Come on, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And thank you very much once again, sir, for your transparency and your honesty. Thank you all for your comments. Hearing from a legend. That's right. The frequency. And Brother Joseph, I'm going to ask you a question. Speaking of frequency, some people were very excited when Jay-Z did a 444 album after doing many albums about drug dealing and things like that. Is there a way for artists to be on one frequency then switch, or what is that?
That's just confusion. Being deceptive. There was an artist, and I said, I wasn't going to mention his name, and I'm still not, but this artist was gifted, man. One of the flyers. I just can't keep up with him switching back and forth. You giving us this beautiful thing over here, but then you turn around and you want to do the thing with the liquor and the beer and the wine. And I'm like, bro, make up your mind. So I take all this, I guess, with a grain of salt, man. Some of them do it because it's the thing to do and they want to stay relevant and they want to make money. Some of them do it because they really care and they really want to, my wife is one of them. She was like, I can't go back to the essence and leave that last album that I made the only representation of who I am as an artist. I said, wow. So I helped her with her last album and we finally got it done. And, her album is called Encoded. Okay. And I would say to all the sisters, go listen to it. It's a different soleil. It's a different vibration. It's a different frequency. And then in turn, it helped fine tune my production skills. So when I got to mine to do my album, I was like, oh, okay. Literally, we sat and tuned some of her songs to that love frequency. Some to 432, some to the healing frequency, some to the love frequency, to between 432 and 532. We purposely did that. So yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And thank you all.
Oh, give thanks. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And thank you all for your comments as well. Brother Joseph wants to know, what did you think of, this is before my time, so I'm just reading this. I don't know his question, but what did you think of the Ghetto Boys in No Sellout being the only ones or few that stood up when you were being objectified?
Well, that's not true, first of all. MC Ren stood up. Ghetto Boys did stand up. Ice-T Ice-T was like, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say about the brother, whatever, but don't put your hands on him. You understand what I'm saying? I could even say what Luke did was standing up. He says, okay, you really don't call yourself an MC or whatever, but you know, come on down here. Get away from the madness. Come on down here and make whatever you want to make. I'll put it out on my label. I really appreciate that.
Okay.
There was a few artists, man, that kind of stood up, man. That was like, you know, that was not going for it, man. And everywhere I went, it was like they were there. It was like, nah, their aura in their presence let people know, yo, leave this dude alone for real. And those artists we wouldn't even consider conscious or positive. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir.
Oh man, I could name so many, man. It was just like them hood dudes was not going for it, man. They was like, look, I don't care what y'all do, y'all better not touch Griff for real. Oh, it's gonna be on. I mean, literally showing up in places like with heat, like, yo, you need something? What you need? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. There was a few MGT that I call the Asiatic ghetto soldiers that stood up and was on the road with me. Sister Sharima.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Elijah, Sister Elijah, Sharim. Some of them sisters taught me how to drill. It's like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But anyway, wait till the Professor Griff story, and then we can get all of that.
Okay, good. And I interviewed Sister Sharima, and she spoke very highly of you as well.
Oh, give thanks, man. Yeah, that's a beautiful sister, man.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah.
Yeah.
Now, can you clear it? Because Brother Joseph, I know him, so I asked this question, but people want to hurt you, and you saying the MC Ren and them was standing up for you? Like, can you explain?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like physically hurt me, yeah, because they really thought there was people that lied on me and said that I purposely wanted to damage and destroy Public Enemy. And people took that personal. And then there was people in and outside of the group just lying on me, like, with all kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, talking about the level of hatred. And then, of course, you know, my house got burned down.
Yes, sir.
And of course, you know, I got shot at a few times. So I'm here.
Praise be to Allah.
Still smiling, still standing.
Yes, sir.
Still
Yes,
telling
sir.
them to come bring it. Come
yes,
on.
Sir.
Bring everything they got.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. My next question is, I saw an interview, I saw one of your lives, and you were speaking about how the minister helped, Muslim Mr. Farrakhan helped you, you know, keep peace within the group because it could have went another way.
Yeah.
How important has that been? And do you think that you are still like, are we ever going to see y'all, you know, be cool, come together, or is it just over? Should we not expect to see a Public Enemy reunion?
I wouldn't have any expectations, not at all, because even what happened recently with Chuck and Flavor, I tried to come in the middle and offer something, and it just wasn't received. It was received by the people outside of the group that have been affected by the group, but it wasn't received internally. It's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave me will stick with me for the rest of my life. Sitting down at the palace and just getting some instructions. Didn't know how deep the instructions would go and how much I'd have to kind of reach back. Now listen, when you reach back and you reach down to pull up what the minister gives you,
yes, sir.
Man, you pulling for a long time, man, because
yes,
it's like so much. You understand what I'm saying? And I pulled on it to the point where I had to ask myself, well, when are you finally going to get it, man? And I got it when I finally had to kind of let go. You understand what I'm saying? The government took my passport. I wasn't able to travel with the brothers. And so many things was kind of going on. And then like I just said, finished saying a minute ago, some people outside of the group came and assisted me on a legal tip, assisted me financially in other ways, and I ended up getting my passport back. And then as soon as I get my passport back, the COVID-19 thing hit, and I'm still not able to travel. So I'm looking at all these things like, well, maybe Creator may not want me to go because them really stepping up their surveillance on me. I felt it overseas when I got back. It ended up in them bracelets in the jail up under the airport.
Yes, sir.
And if people think this is fake, and if people think this is just, that these people, we just read about what they do to other people.
Yes, sir.
No. They do it to us, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's the second time I've been in their jail under the airport. One time I was there with Chuck. Me and Chuck, they snatched us off a plane. Wanted us to ask questions about, all kind of madness. So, but this time, they dug into the records, dug into any infraction, whatever, pulled up some stuff, snatched my passport. And almost to the tune of $50,000 later, I got my passport back.
Dang.
But it's like, wow. So they make you pay, man.
Yes, sir.
and no, they make you pay.
Yes, sir.
They really make you pay. And a lot of times it's to neutralize you and slow you down. So much so you end up doing something foolish or something crazy.
Yes, sir.
Or you get so frustrated with the struggle and your people and what you got to go through, you end up marrying Becky Assaflat. You understand what I'm saying? Or Ashley or one of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No.
You end up running right into the arms of the children, all right, of the people that's oppressing you that got you in this situation in the first place. Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to stay the course. We're going to stay the course.
Praise be to Allah.
You understand what I'm saying? So this is a very real struggle, man. And it's a very real life that I'm living, man.
Yes, sir. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you and for standing strong, because you are one of only a few people who are paying the price publicly and still not bending, not wavering, and that means a lot. Because
but hold on, but let me interrupt you by saying this. What happened after that was the thing that I really want to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan have taught others who understood, who then helped me again. Sister Ava Muhammad, her and her beautiful husband. I pull and draw from Dr. Wesley Muhammad and Nuri Muhammad and just the ministers in general in the nation, just the brotherhood in general. I ran into at a conference in Chicago at Mosque Mariam, I ran into Sister Tanetta Muhammad. And then that was something else on my mind to pull from and think about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I said, man, I'm really, really, truly blessed to have so many people just to have my name, man, on their lips, man. It's
yes,
like,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Let me get this together, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
But let me just say this to all of the soldiers. I can't help who I am, man. I'm a soldier at heart.
Yes, sir.
I'm born and bred and molded and shaped for these battles, this war, man.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not gonna stop, man, until they lower me in the ground.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, like I've been telling other people lately, don't have them have my funeral at no church with the white Jesus over my head and
yes, sir.
Pastor Pigfoot and Reverend Hogmog over me talking about Griff would have wanted it to be peace. No, I don't. I want peace now while I'm alive.
Allahu Akbar.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If I meet that, when I come to that point in my life and you're lowering me in the ground and you come in to view the body and all that kind of stuff, don't lie on me. No. I'm leaving a will. I'm leaving instructions in the will that if what happened to that brother George Floyd ever before Professor Griff, you'll tear this up. No, I'm not going out like that. I'm going out like Latifah and in the movie Set It Off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's gonna be on and popping for real.
Praise
I know y'all saying that's not FOI like. Don't worry about that. I got that.
Okay, beautiful. And thank you all. And I see your comments. A lot of people saying, "Go ahead." A lot of likes. Much respect. That's right. That's our way. Keep going. People are making a lot of good reference. My sister says, thank you very much for staying the course. Okay, my next question is, I grew up in what is known as Naperville in Illinois. It's like the suburbs of Chicago. And it's predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? So I played football there, went to high school there. And from my observation, from being there and coming to Atlanta, white people had a reverence for Public Enemy that was like out of this world. I actually knew so many white people coming to me and be like, yo, you don't know Bob Marley, you don't know Tupac. Public Enemy, they will quote all of your songs. Like the, even the Chuck D song where he's like, the Public Enemy song, he's like, I got a letter from the president. A white person was rapping that in the class one day. And I was like, what you know about that? He was like, oh, this Public Enemy, you don't know? Then I come to Atlanta and it seems like it's not the same respect or reverence to who Public Enemy is. How is that weird that you all can perform sometimes and you see majority like white people in the audience and giving y'all credit? Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. That was our early beginning. We was on the Beastie Boys tour early on. And it was about 8 people in the audience of about 20,000. And they looking around at the white people because the white people had their fists in the air. Then them white people grew up because them white people had a mission. It was our job to plant that seed in them.
Yes, sir.
Maybe they were the ones that voted for Obama, but we don't know that.
Yes, sir.
We just gonna say.
Yes, sir.
Brother, you know the beautiful thing about the teachings? Right at this point, I know people will say, okay, how Professor Griff gonna answer this question? Yo, Allah is the best of knowers, man. We don't know what the plan was, man. We just knew we had to do what we had to do. It wasn't shocking because we've heard that story before and read that story in books and saw that story in documentary films on artists being appreciated by Europeans and other people in different countries and white people more so than your own people. You understand what I'm saying? I go right now to the back room on where I sell my album at. And I'm looking at the names of the people that bought it. I'm like, okay, it's like, all right. I'm like, all right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I will send my album to some people, black people, for free. And little do they know, when you send it out, the software that I use to send it out will let me know whether or not they even downloaded it. And some of them won't even download it. So I understand it. But my thing is, I don't want them people coming to my funeral, brother. I really don't. And I told my wife this. I don't. Liars, hypocrites, nah. Don't even show up. You know that little thermometer, the handheld one that they hit people's forehead to check their temperature?
Yes, sir.
I have one of them for liars and hypocrites at my funeral at the door. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
yes,
no, don't fake the funk. It's like, nah, don't even be that kind of individual. You understand what I'm saying? I need you and I need your energy now while I'm alive. If I think enough of you to say, yo, did you hear my album? Oh, no, okay, well, here's a link. Check it out, whatever. You don't even download it to listen so we can, nah. You know how many people ask to interview me, especially now with what's going on in the world? And I say, well, what's your talking points? Why you want to interview me? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So what was the last book I put out? What was my last song? They don't know any of these things. I said, man, get out of here.
Yes, sir.
I end up ignoring them, man, because like, what you want to interview me for? It's like when the stuff was going on with Flavor and Chuck a month or so ago, a couple of months ago, my phone blew up because they want the juicy gossip from the inside. And I'm not that dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not built that way. You
Yes,
understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you got the wrong guy. So I'm just saying, let's just be real with one another. And let's be able to, if you're going to pay this much attention to Public Enemy while we're bickering and arguing and internal fighting, what happened to you a minute ago when we put our album out? We ain't hear from you.
Yes, right. That's right.
We put out nothing quick in the desert. That my wife was featured on. We rarely heard from people, man. Yeah. So my thing is, I'm gonna keep my finger on the pulse of the people, man. But when it come time to deal with the people, how we have to deal with them, man, they gotta get dealt with, man. Plain and simple, bro.
Yes, sir. Okay, beautiful. And I want to make sure that we know that how can they get to the album? Because when I sent it to my sister and the brothers, it was on, we just YouTube the energy code and it came right up. Is there another way that people can listen to it?
Well, people can support it by purchasing it.
Okay.
But if it's on YouTube, people think it's on YouTube for free. Let me educate some of the people about the music industry.
Okay.
The distribution deal that I signed through a digital distribution company, they put it out everywhere people can find music. They'll tally up them numbers, and ultimately I will receive a check. And then what I'll do with the check, let's just say if I get $10, and then I'll go song by song and see what song they listen to on YouTube, and I'll take that money for that song and divvy it up on whoever was on the song. So if my wife was on 2 songs on the album, I give her a cash app her. If Ohini Savant, if my little cousin Leah Marie was on 1 song, then I hit her off. That's how that works with hearing the song on YouTube. And people think you're hearing it for free, but they count them clicks. Now people can go purchase it and download it into their phone and have it, or whatever device, by going to Bandcamp. That's Professor Griff. It's www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com. That's www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com.
Yes, sir.
People want to support and donate financially, and I tell them, well, rather you just donate it, why don't you just go purchase the album and let that be your donation? So what happens now is you get the when you go to Bandcamp and you download the album, you have the album, and then you have the lyrics, the credits, and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's important, because 3 times already, bro, I had to defend my artistry with 3 different Christians that called me for the first song that's on the album. Our people. This sister thought I was purposely trashing Christianity on my song Baptized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think that was the first time we heard. Yeah, that's the first time we heard.
And I'm like, nah, sis, I'm talking about churchianity. I'm not talking about those sacred symbols and those sacred rituals and practices and spiritual practices that we practiced in ancient Kemet, that when white people came in and knocked us upside the head, which represented the theft of African consciousness, Asiatic consciousness, and they took it and morphed and molded and shaped them up a god and a religion. And then they made everyone follow that particular religion. I'm not talking about the original Christianity.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about churchianity. If they listen to the lyrics, well, let me see if I have the lyrics so I can at least, let me try to find them while I explain myself. So the sister hit me up and was basically telling me that she was basically saying the lyrics didn't sit right with her and didn't sit well with her. Hold on, let me just put it in it. And she was saying how I was trashing Christianity. I said, no. I said, what is it about the song that that you thought? Let me see if I can snatch the lyrics real quick.
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second.
Go. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be doing the sponsorship for this episode. My brother Rashad and his business partner Jamal, Street Premiere Video Production. I want to thank you all. While we're gonna take a quick commercial break while Professor Griff is getting his information. If you all need a video edited, they have a 4K drone and they're doing a great job with their production. Also, my sister Miriam has a book, ABC I Love Me, coloring and children's book, on Amazon. Make sure you all please go and support that. My second book, which is a coloring book, Cleopatra with a K, it is on Amazon. Thank you all very much. Also, this week's sponsors, we have a new list of sponsors this week. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. On Instagram, she teaches young women how to do ballet, young children how to do ballet virtually. Supreme Men's Clothing in St. Louis, Missouri. 10835 West Florissant Avenue. The phone number is 314-528-5555. BMW Entertainment in Phoenix. Brother Ronald, thank you very much for your event planning. He can reach out to him. Brother Kenneth, the bow tie maker extraordinaire, 917-337-1380. Supreme Team Insurance, that's Todd X. McGraw, 803-521-2787. Brother Chantel X, Supreme Express, the X Factor in transportation and logistics out of Houston, Texas. They specialize in refrigeration and freight. Last but not least, Sister Serena Woodford in Fort Lauderdale, the designs of composure.com, hollytextured.com. They do natural hair and skincare product. Sister Tia Vinos Muhammad with Raising Black Millionaire flashcards, economic and financial empowerment for young children. And last but not least, my father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, abdulsharif.com. Thank you all for your support. If you all like to see me continue the work of the People's Podcast, Cash App, the People's Podcast. Thank you. And back to you, Brother Professor Griff.
All right. So the song, I had it in mind for about 6 months. You know, I sketched it in my notebook, put it aside, and I heard this beat one day, and I'm like, woo, I wish I had some lyrics for that. Then I'm thumbing through the notebook. I'm like, that fits that.
Yes, sir.
Perfectly. Now, my mother, Miss Louise Griffin, had 13 of us. All right. She was on the usher board and a couple other boards at the church.
Yes, sir.
So we went to church 3 times a week.
Yes, sir.
And the song, when I was writing it and putting the music together, it reminded me of sitting in church waiting on my mom to finish doing what she was doing. And when you in church, now help me out, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna need some help on this one. When you're sitting in church and the music is playing, you can't help but get into the spirit.
That's right.
You might hear a shout from over here, somebody catching the Holy Ghost back there.
Yes, sir.
Grandma clapping and patting her feet over here. You hear all kind of stuff. So what I did was I took that experience and put that experience in the song. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So the lyrics sound like this. I said, in the beginning, 6 sinners are sinning. Black voices sung in the red spoken tongues. Picture the scripture, addicted nonfiction, heaven, hell decision, Sunday school conviction. Faith on tape, humble the mind state. Grace is amazing, soul filled the place. Now pay attention to 7 chakra ascension, spirit cooking affliction, devil hell detention. And I'm like, sis, what about that first verse that was trashing Christianity?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I told the truth. Then I said in the bridge, I said, now keep it G with me. Clutch your Jesus piece. You're hypnotized, your third eye is baptized. So I guess that offended her, but didn't offend her like the other verses. The second verse was the vinyl gospel. This apostle is now hostile.
Yes, sir.
Broke purses and ties, cursed verses and lies. Deceitful people, receipts from foolish sheeple. Bowed heads are dead, crown thorns are red. Lies and myths, lists from the gifts, riffs and resonant licks and testaments. Deacon board for sure, fingered boards of course, libation is poured souls on the dance floor. And that's true.
Yes, sir.
Some of the gospel people borrow from secular music, and we see them dancing in the church like they dancing at the club. I don't care if you on the deacon board, those riffs that the guitar player be playing in the church and those drum beats, same thing that you see at the concert. Then the hook says, now you committed disease from the wicked religious, you can get it spiritually transmitted. She said, well, what are you talking about? I said, spiritually transmitted diseases is what I'm talking about, STDs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Spiritually transmitted diseases. Now you committed. Well, if you can roll your mind through the sexual act, now you committed disease from the wicked. Religious, you can get it. You can get it through religion. Spiritually transmitted.
Yes,
it's not physically transmitted. So then the last verse says, biblical archetypes rock the mic, reciting the verse tight, humble and meek like. Pews and dues, secular accused, chromatic stack fragments, Holy Ghost demands it. No pimping pastor down to his last chapter, fact, factor, or factor, cash his checks faster. They sold and bought us. Lessons it all taught us, sons to the slaughter, but you sacrifice your daughters.
Yes, sir.
And all of this went down in this thing that they call Christianity. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So once again, I told her, keep it G with me, clutch your Jesus piece.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So all I was doing was baptizing her mind in the music by using religious references. That's all.
Yes, sir.
But this is what artists do.
Absolutely.
But check this out. The vast majority of people that's going to hear this never knew I was a poet, Never knew I was a writer. Never knew I was an artist, and definitely never knew I was a producer.
Yes, sir.
They just thought I was the Illuminati dude or the dude in Public Enemy that was drilling, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But
okay,
brother,
beautiful.
I have 8 or 9 albums, bro, under my belt. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. My sister Naima says, please tell Brother Griff that we love the production of the new song Baptized Here. We listen to it together.
Oh, give thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 7 Chakras Ascension, fire emojis, as my sister maybe said. Breaking down STDs, fire emojis, S. Wait, Professor, we didn't get all that. Okay, yes, sir. So a lot of people didn't know you could rap. When was the first time you knew that you were going to go into the artistry side of it as far as rapping or being a poet?
I think when I first connected and resonated with hip hop, and hip hop is high infinite power healing our people. Shout out to Minister Server. But when I first heard it, I was like, I'm going to participate in this. I don't know where at. And little did I know that I was going to be the minister of information in it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Something that it's not afforded to a lot of people. My sister bought me an entire studio. Shout out to my little sister, Nikki Griffin.
Yes, sir.
And my brother, who is a master librarian. So how can I not thank my mom, my little sister, my brother Anwar, my little sister Nikki, and the rest of my family members who've always supported me. Mom was the first one that bought me turntables. Because I'm not sure if you know, I was DJ Griff. Did you know that?
No, sir, I did not know that.
Man, you better check my track record.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay, my next question is
DJ Griff, man.
Can you please help from an artist standpoint? I know how I would do it, you know, as far as just like teaching, but how would you explain to people if you see a rapper or a young person with a white Jesus piece on their neck, or with a white person with like saying like with a white picture of what they appear to be Jesus? How would you explain that to them, you know, briefly? Like, how do you explain it?
Well, basically, I'm on the other end of it, so I'd like to ask questions to them. What does that represent? Does it represent you? Then what aspect of you does that represent? And I have a real conversation with them. I don't talk like I know more than them. I don't condemn them. I don't talk above their head. I don't challenge them. I have them challenge themselves by educating me. That's my tactic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So right now I'm constructing a rites of passage program for young men to come into manhood via their uncles and via their dads. It's named after my book, A Warrior's Tapestry. And what I want the young men to do is weave together the tapestry, which is their life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I want the dads to assist them in that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm just doing my part in it. And part of the one of the exercises that I have them doing is actually constructing a song with the dad.
Beautiful.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's powerful. Yes, sir.
So yeah. So I want them to write the story of their life, though. On the album, I wrote a song called Tortured.
Yes, sir.
Because all of us feel that sometimes. I was listening to and that's probably one of the last songs I did on the album. I was on the internet and I ran across Ice Cube doing an interview with someone, and he says, to show and prove if you a real good MC, every MC has a story.
Yes, sir.
Man, I stayed up till like 5 o'clock in the morning writing this story. Man. Dude was right. So I said, let me write this story, man. Yeah. And it was like, hold on, let me just give you the first couple of lines. I'm not gonna.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said, looking back on this life of mine, I shouldn't have wasted time. Should have refined my mind. And then I started talking about I should have prayed 5 times a day. I should have ate better. I should have did this and I should have did that. I just said I should have read, and I named and listed the people I should have read. And I just said to myself, wow, if I could construct a song like that and get people to understand that that's my life, I had to tear a page out of one of the study guides. I forget which one it was, and maybe you can remind me of which one it is. I had to start understanding insight, pulling from my hindsight in order to develop some foresight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if I could write a story about back then, what about the Griff now? And then what about the Griff whom I'd like to become?
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I said, wow, that'd be a beautiful thing to write about the Griff that I'd like to become.
Yes, sir.
So that story made me look at that. The hook says, living in the days of the tortured. I screamed out on the song. I said, most people think other people will die. When we think of death, we always think about somebody else dying. We never think about us. We dying slowly but surely, a spiritual death.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's very real. Inside of that song, Tortured, I told a story about how I was trying to date this chick, man. I thought she was fine. I'm like, shoot my best game. When you shoot your best game and you start reciting lyrics from R&B artists.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So the Jehovah's Witnesses came to my door. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know I feel bad about this, but hey, that's part of who I was.
Yes, sir.
When they used to come to my door, oh man, I was like, Saturday mornings, I used to look for them. And leave the door open purposely.
Yes, sir.
I wait till they come knock on the door, invite them in, and lock the damn door behind them. Yeah, and that's where the teaching began.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Invite them into my library, and in my library, I got like 2,000 books. Have a seat. Oh, yeah. Offers them some coffee, some tea, and it's on and popping at that point. So I told the story about the Jehovah's Witnesses coming to my door, and they asked me, could they come in? I said, sure. They started telling me that Jesus was Greek, he was probably Oriental, and all this true story. So after the conversation, they left mad because I'm laying it on them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They left mad, and one of the brothers said something. One of the Jehovah's Witness brothers said something to me that I guess was out of line, and the elder brother checked him. I said, if Jesus existed, he would be a black man, and he said that's a damn lie, and that stuck with me. So I'm like, okay. After they left, I didn't think anything of it. I got a phone call from the same sister that I was trying to kick it to. It was her brother that came to my house. He was like, look, it's over.
Damn.
I'm like, all right, we good. We good.
Oh, well, yes, sir.
So I just took that experience and I put that experience in the song.
Beautiful.
And told that story, man. And this is what the artistry is about. Expressing yourself, pulling from your philosophical perspective sometimes. I don't like to make up stories because a lot of times people hang on your every word on these songs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, this really happened to me. Seriously, man. I ran into this brother from the 5% Nation of Gods and Earth. And this is when I was just coming up. And he's talking about he's God. I'm like, man, no man could be God. He says, man, don't try me. You understand what I'm saying? And I bumped into him a couple of more times. And I'm like, wow. After studying and researching, yeah. I'm like, okay. I said, peace, God.
Peace, God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had to learn, though. That's me coming up. I'm like, okay, I got you. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. And thank you all.
And to this day, when people ask me, I said, yeah, I'm God having a human experience called Griff.
Hey, wonderful. Yes, sir. And thank you all for your comments. And thank you for continuing to watch the People's Podcast. I have just one more question for you, sir. With this new album, what's the main point that you want people to get from feeling it and listening to it and feeling the energy from it?
I want people to know, first of all, this is just my lectures, my conversations on wax. That's all. And you can be however old. It don't matter. Like you told me today earlier, like This is my first time even hearing you rap.
It was, yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? But I've always had the ability to do that. I've got like 9 albums under my belt. It's like, I said, people don't view me like that though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They always see the militant side of me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm a martial artist.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's part of your artistry.
Yes, sir.
I'm a photographer. It's part of my artistry. It's not the camera. It's the person behind the camera.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're a painter. It's not the brush you use. It's not the paint brush. It's the painter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm just expressing myself through lyric, through poetry, or over top of beats. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so my
sir.
overall objective to help balance this whole music thing out, the music frequency. I want the God frequency to challenge the nigga frequency.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My wife will tell you. In the outstart, all I wanted was 10 people to listen to it. That's it. Yeah, I got more than 10 sales, so I'm good.
Hey.
I reach my goal. Whether I never grace the stage, nor whether, you understand what I'm saying? So I just didn't make it for all those reasons that people think that you make an album for. I don't really care about that, man. If I could just take my album and use it in a form where I could teach young people in their rites of passage program, I'm good. All right. If a lyric will help one young artist coming up, I've done my job.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I'm thankful for the gift at 60 years old to still be able to express myself. Now, I did get challenged on the song that I'm on with my wife, Etheric Rebel.
Yes, sir.
Man. She made me write my verse over.
Okay. Yes, sir. We like that.
And the other song that I wrote with Oheni Savant, a brother from Ghana.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The FUCT''D song.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oheni Savant came and he laid it down. I'm like, so much so, I only did one verse on my own song. I said, nah, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
And then my little cousin, who's 19, is on there on a very instrumental song. It's called Bleed. She challenged me to use aspects of trap music for my generation.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm like, they not going for that. We two-stepping and we doing some other stuff. We ain't really checking for no trap beats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but what I did on that song, which is very dear to me, me and my little cousin Leah Marie, is very dear to me because I managed to do a rap. I said rap, not hip hop.
Yes, sir.
Rap, trap, rock, and jazz fusion on that song. And I did a musical libation at the end of the song.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you listen to the song Bleed, that's my fusion song that I did with my little cousin. And I poured a libation at the end of the song, giving praise and thanks to Allah for giving us the soldiers, man, that fell at the hands of these white police officers. And I called their names, man.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I've had brothers get choked up, man, calling me like, yo, man, that song meant a lot. It's like, yo, thank you. The mere fact, no other artists have ever done this, man.
Yes,
Mention
sir.
those that have passed away and died in a song.
Yes, sir.
He said, brother was crying on the phone. He said, man, they don't even care about us like that, these artists nowadays, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I poured a musical libation, man, which I thought was kind of unique and kind of different. And then the last song on the album I did with my wife. It's called Now the End Begins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The remake of Shut 'Em Down, which they banned on YouTube, so I had to do it over. And then Move, which is the song I dedicated to the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nuri Muhammad and Dr. Wesley Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And I think Mustafa Muhammad is on the intro of that song, which I got to go back on YouTube and give him his credit.
Yes, sir.
You gotta hear that song.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's on fire. Yeah. And my sister said she looks forward to listening to it. This is my other sister, my younger sister, listen to it. The real Ali said, "Got to cop the album, man. I know it's got knowledge." Everyone who's listening to the People's Podcast on Facebook, I'm about to upload this to YouTube. Everybody support our brother Professor Griff. We'll make sure we get the album. download it. However you use the streams, whatever you're using, let's make sure we get it and support it, and let's show love.
Can I say one thing, good brother?
Yes, sir.
I want to pose a challenge, man, to all the MCs in the Nation of Islam, male and female. Take the song Move, listen to it. My email address is seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com. SIRIUSMINDZ info@gmail.com. If you want me to put that song back out with you rapping on it, I'll put it back out with you on it on my platform. All right. So I'm gonna, if they want to do it, email me. I will send them the instrumental and I'll let them go for it, man.
That's beautiful. Yes, sir.
I'll let them go for it. Now I'm offering this to the brothers and sisters in the nation because some time ago, I tried to bring MCs together in the nation. They ignored me, literally, bro. Literally ignored me, both male and female. Everyone from Milan to all of them I reached out to. I got ignored, bro. And I'm saying this publicly. Go check your DMs. Go check your emails. Go check your text messages on your phone. Go check your messages in Facebook and Instagram. I tried to reach out and I got ignored. There's some FOI in Atlanta that tried to help me. I couldn't even get them together. I wanted them to be on the project. No one would reach back out to me, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I'm offering a challenge to all those MCs in the nation. Listen to the song Move. If you want to spit on it, I'll send you the instrumental. Let's make it happen.
Okay, yes, sir. And I know something for sure because every Wednesday I bring different artists who sing and rap, and I know some of the people who've come on would definitely, absolutely reach out to you because they can go.
Just make it happen.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Professor Griff, for coming on the People's Podcast. Thank you all for watching. This is truly an honor to have a legend come have a conversation with us. Thank you, sir. Please give the greetings to your family. And man, I'm just honored.
Oh, give thanks. Please give the greeting to your dad, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's like what can I say, man? It's like just the mere fact that brother standing up and standing strong. That's enough for me.
Praise be to Allah.
You understand? Whether I'm up close or from a distance, I'm like, all right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I saw him a couple of times. He was on post, but he gave me that nod, like.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so to let people know, man, just contact me directly. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. They can text me or just call me. If they need some production, some advice, if they want to participate in my Rites of Passage program, it's called the Warriors Tapestry. If they want to take my alternative Black Studies course online, they could hit me up, man. My new book is coming out. It's called Get the Green, Black, and Red In. And it's just a different side of Professor Griff. The rare few times that I'm speaking on college campuses.
Yes, sir.
I got a few of those lectures and put them together and went through them with a fine-tooth comb and broke down some things. There's a way we could propagate the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the way that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gives it to us. And we can reach not only the college student, but the brother in the street all at the same time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We can make it happen, man, for real.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
and let's do it. And thank you, Professor Griff. And thank you all for watching. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.